In this video, we will break down a complex image into its basic shape and value masses in order to assess and understand the underlying design. Let's begin. Let's start by creating a format on the paper. This is just a fancy way of saying that we will not use the edges of the paper as the edges of our sketch. We will draw a rectangle within the edges of the paper. This does not need to be perfect. We are merely creating a sketch to better understand our subject and not a finished drawing. On this example, we will start with the horizon line. This is located about a fourth of the way up from the bottom of the page and is where the mountains meet the water. The next shape that stands out is the midground mountain. It is a triangular shape that starts more than halfway from the right of the page and ends up near the upper right-hand corner. The background mountain looks like a rectangular shape, but because this could read as a bit boring to the viewer, let's take some artistic license and slant the upper line of the mountain up. Next, let's sketch the cabin. The cabin is in the lower right-hand quadrant of the picture. It is a variation of a cube shape. Don't worry about being exact or capturing any details. Our goal is to find the broad underlying masses in this exercise. Also sketch the shape of the shadow underneath the cabin. Now let's start filling in the shapes with value. Limit yourself to only 3 values: highlight, midtone, and shadow. With a softer pencil, shade in the shadow side of the cabin's cast shadow, and the midground mountain. These will be the darkest value masses. Next, we will fill in the highlight, or lightest value masses in the picture. With a harder pencil and with a lighter pressure, shade in the sky. The light side of the cabin will also be shaded in with a light value. This just happens to get done later in this video. By process of elimination, the masses that are left will become a midtone. Here, we can change pencils or just adjust our pressure to obtain the necessary value. Here I come back to shade the light side of the cabin. There is no reason for doing it in this order. Frankly, I just forgot to block it in earlier in the demonstration. So to recap, we have assigned values of highlight, midtone, and shadow to our basic shape masses to see more clearly the underlying design. In looking at my finished sketch, I see that it is not as balanced as I would like. The shadow value masses on the right seem heavier than the midtone value masses on the left side. To solve this, a small triangle shaded with the darkest value in the lower left-hand corner is placed. This corresponds to the tree in that corner in the reference. With this addition, the design is more visually balanced. We can repeat this exercise many times, each time assigning a different of the three values to each shape. These thumbnail sketches or studies can be useful in planning a finished work.